After finding success on the festival circuit with his short films, Maryland-based writer-director Kevin Walla introduces us to his feature-length debut, Worth, which explores the relationship between a developmentally disabled young man and his troubled father.
Bill has a developmental disability. He's in his young 20s. The film opens and his mother's passed away. You know, he wants to spend time with his father. And his father is this desolate character, someone who struggles with alcoholism. He's a loner. He has this life kind of built into a bar. So now these two conflicting characters kind of come together to build a rapport, and that rapport does get built. And then through a series of events, we watch how those challenges break down their relationships again.
After graduating from Stevenson University, Walla was accepted into a prestigious graduate program for filmmaking, but chose to stay in Maryland to begin production on Worth.
I always planned to go to graduate school, and I planned on that, and however, they didn't plan on me attending, so I didn't get into the first graduate school I applied to. But that was okay, so I said, fine, I'll go home, and I'll work for a little bit. And I said, well, you know, I'm going to make an independent film. At the same time, I'd applied for a graduate school again, a couple of them, and was actually accepted into New York University's Tisch School of Asia. And it had always been my dream to go to NYU, and they had just opened a program in Asia, in Singapore. And it was really quite an honor to be accepted because there's about 30 students out of the world, and I was lucky enough to be one of them. But I came to the point where I want to stay in Maryland and I still want to make films.
The idea for Worth came in part from Walla's own experiences working with the disabled.
Some of the characters I based off of people I've worked with, not in terms of history, in terms of character history, but in terms of some mannerisms.
Mom? Mom? Dirty socks on the floor, Mom. There's dirty socks on the floor. Where do your dirty socks go, Bill? Dirty socks go in the hamper.
Walla made use of a number of resources that enabled him to shoot his film in Maryland.
Maryland is a fantastic place to shoot. I worked with, I sent word out to the Maryland Film Hotline through the Maryland Film Office, and it's a great resource for any independent filmmaker. They were kind enough to put my call up, put my crew call up, my cast call up, and they also sent me a fantastic packet of different locations. You know, as far as equipment, Creative Alliance is a great place to go for that. I'd like to take a quick plug to Stevenson University because they were fantastic, and with their equipment, their resources, their interns, gave us our crew. So it's a great place. It's a great state shooting.
Production on Worth was completed with a budget of only $1,000.
I've talked to some classes and some people and wrote a little lecture called How to Make a Film for $1,000, or at least how I did it. The biggest ways to do an independent film, the two of them for me to do it under $1,000 was free equipment and free locations. Those were the two biggest things, and cheap craft. No, I mean, peanut butter jelly sandwiches, Mom got pizza one day for us, so that was a big deal.
So what are Walla's plans for his first feature?
I've had a lot of experience with festivals, with Poof, and some of my other shorts. So following those avenues up while also going to the bigger leagues and hopefully getting some notice at Sundance or Berlin or Cannes, fingers crossed on those. It doesn't have to be that. As long as I can get an audience for it, and as long as people can see the great talent that worked on it, the great crew that worked on it, and for me, most importantly, get the message of the film, then it's achieved its purpose, and I can be happy with that, and I will be.
To find out more about Worth, visit myspace.com/Kevin Walla.